right, so today we're going to talk about MLA formatting. So what is MLA? It stands for Modern Language Association, and it's basically a uniform way for everyone writing papers to format their paper and cite their sources the same way so that you don't plagiarize. So we're going to talk about the steps to do that today. All right, so there's two different parts. Part number one is the works cited page. You might have also heard it called bibliography. It's the part at the very bottom where you cite all of your sources, but we are beyond the point where we just copy and paste the links on. We are using MLA formatting for that. The second part is that in-text citation. So remember that's within your essay where you are citing the sources in parentheses after a quote or paraphrase to show that it came from somewhere else. All right, we're going to talk about that works cited or bibliography page first. So this is what a cited source looks like. You'll notice it's 2 lines long. There's a lot of different parts to it. There's a link and dates and italics and quotation marks. The good news is that there is something called EasyBib that automatically does this for you as long as you have a link to the website. So we're going to show you how to set up that today as well. But the good news is that you don't have to manually put all this together. We're going to have you automatically do it today. But you do need to have all those website links, which you should have in your Quizlet. This is a list, all of these different websites, which you should have at least 4 or books. These will go at the bottom of your essay. So at the very bottom, a whole separate page. The second thing you need is citing sources within the paper. You've already done this. Remember in our argument essay, every time you quoted something from Awakenings, you put Awakenings in parentheses. So let's say we want to use this source. I just cited it at the bottom of my paper. It's about Abraham Lincoln. You need to use whatever comes before the quotation marks. So we have quotation mark, and then right before that is biography.com editors. That's what you use for your in-text citations. That very first part, biography.com editors, that's what will match within your paper. So, for example, this might be a part of my paper. I said an article about Abraham Lincoln stated Lincoln was 6 feet 4 inches tall, raw-boned and lanky, but muscular and physically strong. He spoke with a backwards twang and walked with a long striding gait. Biography.com editors. See in parentheses here, this matches my works cited down here. Biography.com editors, because I got that quote from that specific source. So that needs to go at the very end in parentheses. Also remember, we've talked about that this year, about those 3 parts of quoting or paraphrasing from a website or article. So that blue part is setting up the quote, an article about Abraham Lincoln stated. So we're setting up the quote. And then in the green is the actual word for word quote, or you could paraphrase and put it into your own words. And then in purple is that new in-text citation that we were just talking about. So remember, biography.com editors, that was the first part of our citation. So it's right there in parentheses. All right, so the process you need to go through. You first need to watch the next video on how to set up EasyBib on your computer. I'm available on Google Meet if you're having issues. Second, you need to go to your Quizlet set with all of your research. You should have that automatically saved. So once you find that Quizlet, for each new website, so you don't have to do the same website over and over again, each new website, you're going to use that EasyBib extension to create a citation. That's in the next video. It's going to show you how to do that, and it's going to look like this. We just talked about this 2-line citation that goes at the bottom of your paper. Then number 2, you're going to go back through your rough draft and make sure there's the in-text citation. So remember, it looks like this. It's in parentheses. It has the biography.com editors. Every time I use a quote or paraphrase from that website, I'm going to put in those parentheses. So it's a lot, but please contact me on Google Meet if you need any help, and I will be able to walk you through this process if you need anything. Rewatch this video as well if you need any help with this process.